Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today, I certainly do appreciate you stopping by. Guys, today's beer comes across the pond. This is Komes or Komes, Komes Baltic Porter. These guys are over in Poland. This is sent to me by Jason and Julie. I think it's the last one out of the batch, the beer mail that he had sent me. This is a 9%er. It is a product of Poland. And like I said, 9%, and it says lot number 2910 of 19. I would assume that, and they reverse the numbers a lot of times when you get across the pond. I would say this is October 29th of 19 as far as putting in the bottle, but they're calling it a lot number. And a lot of times they reverse the day and the month over there. For some reason, I don't know. 29th day of October of 19. That's what I'm looking. That's why I'm deciphering the code. So let's jump over to Untapped, and they say no IBUs, 9%er, and they're calling it Komes Porter Baltic. B-A-L-T-Y-C-K-I, because they spell a lot of words different over there than what we do here. It says Komes Porter Baltic was awarded a bronze medal in the World Beer Cup of 2014. That was a while back. Gold medal at the European Beer Star 2013 for best beer in the Baltic Porter category. Says here, Komes Porter reflects the history of brewing, referring to the 18th century tradition of brewing porters in the Baltic states. At the prime, Baltic porters represented 1/3 of the market, which is the best evidence of their popularity. We offer you a well-balanced, dark, strong beer with a distinct flavor, slow fermentation at low temperatures in open vats, coupled with long, at least 3 months, maturization have resulted in the beer's character and complete complex nature. The porter's bouquet matures further in the bottle. Time is on its side. So, once again, thanks to Jason and Julie for sending me the wonderful beer barrel package that they did. This is a little bigger than a 12-ounce, guys. So we shall see what this brings to the table. The Baltic porters seem to be to me, they are tasty beers, but they don't have the big aromas and tastes like a lot of the American porters do. But we're going to find out here. Before I say anything negative or derogative, we're going to judge it on what it is. I've never had this beer before, so we're going to see what it brings to the table and see how tasty and delicious it is. So, final beer of the evening for me here, guys. So let's get this thing opened up. And I might have to save that cap. That's just, I've never had anything from these guys, I don't think, before. And it does have the World Beer Cup Bronze Award listed on here. I'm sure they're very proud of that. So let's see what this brings to the table. I'm going to go right down the center here on this one, guys, unless it starts producing a monster head. Doesn't look like it's going to. It's pouring very, very nicely. So, not quite all of it. Maybe a little swig left in there. And I probably could get that in there if I hadn't poured it so aggressive. About a finger of head on that pour. Over into the light. Looks very impressive, guys. So, very dark. Maybe a slight hints of some red ribbiness around thin part of the glass, which is very common for a porter. So, to the nose we go. Rich roasted malt. And to me, guys, it has that European style aroma to it. And I don't know how to categorize that other than very typical of the porters that's produced across the pond. Alcohol is well hidden, roasted malt, maybe a hint of some black molasses. It has that unique aroma, maybe some peatiness or smoked maltness to it. Not getting a lot of dark fruit or a whole lot of chocolate on it. But the peatiness and the smokiness is there. Yeah, smells pretty good to me. I mean, not something that I would probably typical buy. I don't buy a lot of imported beers, guys, because they are a little on the pricey side. So once again, to Jason and Julie, thanks for spending your hard-earned money on this and sending it to me. I do appreciate it. As you can see, the head is basically dissipated and it's just barely covering the top of the beer now. So let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Jason and Julie. Very tasty, guys. I mean, it's very pleasant, very different than what the American porters are. I am getting that smoky maltiness, maybe a little peatiness, peat moss. Very pleasant, not off-putting, a very enjoyable beer, and I am sure it is a very well-made beer. The Baltic Porter style, to me, a lot of them are very similar, but very enjoyable, very pleasant. I do enjoy that smoky malt peatiness to this and their style of beer. So, and I don't know how long this brewery's been in business, but they've been brewing this style of beers across the pond long time. So let's see if there's anything else that I don't come to the store for 18 months. The beer changes taste, and now you decide how long your Komes will mature. So a nice dry, tasty Baltic Porter, guys. And like I said, there's not but a swallow left in there, and I am going to pour that into the glass before I go off camera. Very pleasant beer, guys. And again, it's probably not something that I would probably run and purchase. And more than likely, this is an exported beer. It means it was brewed to be sent here. Might not be the same beer they're drinking there. So, unless somebody is picking that up there and then shipping it to you, the beers that show up here on the shelves are brewed exclusively to be shipped here. So not necessarily the same beer that they're drinking there. So some of them are, some of them are not. So these exported beers are a lot of times brewed to be sent. And not what they're actually drinking there. The ABV may be higher or whatever. So anyway, we're going to sip on this, let it come up to room temperature, and we'll come back and give it a grade. It's decent beer, guys. It really is. Alright, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for quite a while now, probably close to an hour. Tasty beer, guys. It's not outstanding. It's not world class in my opinion, but it is a tasty, well-made beer. For a beer that comes across the pond, and it does have the date on the bottle, on the back of the bottle, and it has the ABV on there. I'm getting some smokiness from the malt and a little bit of peatiness. Alcohol is well hidden. It's a 9%er. Very reminiscent to me of what their Baltic porters that come across the pond taste like. And it's very enjoyable. Not something I want to drink all the time, but a nice change up to get that smokiness and peatiness into the beer, which they do very well over there. But it is an enjoyable beer. I'm glad I got to try it. Thanks again to Jason and Julie for sending it to me. A very nice beer, guys. It is. I'm not going to take anything away from them, and I do appreciate them putting the date on the back of it, even though they reversed some numbers over there and put the day before the month. But got to deal with it. Sometimes they do strange things on the other side of the pond. So. It's very enjoyable beer. It's not super sweet. You're not going to get a lot of dessert qualities out of the beer. But for a 9% Baltic Porter, it's very pleasant to drink. So, final chug. Very nice, guys. I enjoyed this thoroughly. It was a tasty beer. Again, not something I'd want to drink all the time, but a nice change up from the sweet porters that we get on this side of the pond. So, and we don't get a whole lot of that unless they specifically brew something that has a lot of peatiness or something with the woody, marshy, I don't want to call it moldy, but smokiness. And I have smoked some malt and brewed a porter doing that, and they are tasty beers, guys, and I do enjoy them occasionally, but not something I'd want to drink all the time. So, with that being said, guys, I am going to give this an A grade, A minus. I'm gonna give it 93, especially since it has ABV and the bottle on date on the back. So 93 for me, A minus. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 91. That's also in their A minus range. And over to Untapped, they have it at 3.84, which is in their B plus range. I think it's a little better than a B plus, to be honest with you. They're not claiming it to be anything that it is not. And coming from Poland, I think it's a very tasty beer for a 9%er. Like I said earlier, I'm not sure that this is something they are drinking over there. A lot of these export beers that come from across the pond are just specifically brewed to come here. So what they're drinking over there sometimes, not always, but a lot of times is different than what we get over here, whether it's ABV or whatever the case may be. So once again, Jason, Julie, thanks for sending that to me. If you've had the Komes, or Komes, Komes, Baltic Porter, 9%, 2019 edition, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.